Hey peeps, Pinkolol16 here in another video of my own to commentate over. We're up to Super Mario 64, the Cursed Invincibility Frames Part 12. The Cursed Invincibility Frames Part 12 is the beginning of a couple of retcons so that my series can seem different from Mario's, and just a continuation of what's going on. So this is technically part of the midpoint of Arc 4. And technically we're like 3/4 through the entire series. I tried to listen to the complaints that people were saying, oh yeah, the intro is too long, so I tried to make it short, but as well as including so much as I could. This was the song Mario originally used to describe the fourth dimension, so I thought, hey, let's make an intro out of it. So it's exactly 45 seconds long. It's been a while since anybody's come out, apparently. It's a joke I'm making in the middle of it. I'll just fix the quality. CD-ROM randomly came out, and again, this was me running off of old behavior, since there was no way it was gonna mix. It was going to match up with how he was at the time I released it. He was feeling the energy anyway. Since you can see the text a lot better now, I'm going to not read it out anymore. Last part I was reading the text out because of how poorly I made it. You can read it now. Because I don't remember anything about the dimensions names because of the fact they were only skimmed over when Mario went over the dimension the first time. And this is normal life. Well, it's kind of annoying to have half of your life basically be ignored by the other dimension. It's a satirical joke. Dimensional knowledge, it's beginning to happen, isn't it? A lot of people hate searching for 100 coins. So... and that's when I went through the entire level collecting 100 coins for myself. It was supposed to indicate that the spider moved, so haha, they got scared. I'm going to have this transition every time because I'm not going to bother with the star scenes. I thought that was a good kind of joke I could make with them. This part here is supposed to reference Brandon's potential role of what he could have been in an indirect fashion because of the fact that he was basically shafted in what he could have been, considering the time period and how the story would have been set out. If you're unaware, Brandon was originally meant to be one of the main characters of the series because of a promise that had happened between the two actual versions of us that I had kept for a long time. Didn't realize the promise had an expiry date though, as the promise didn't exactly last long, and he rejected his side of the promise that he was initially intending to make. So I was going to give him a main role for this, but considering our relationship at the time that this set of videos is set in, March 2014, we weren't exactly on good terms then, so it wouldn't make sense in the story for me to do that. So I replaced him with Zaid, and this scene here is supposed to represent it's supposed to comment on what kind of role they could have had. We were supposed to mean something. And in the group, he technically did mean something. He can escape in whatever way he thinks he did, so we all left the 4th dimension anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway afterwards. It doesn't matter if anybody goes in there now, because even if he got invincibility frames, he's not going to get trapped in there. Which is why I said he can escape. Any way you feel you want to go out of there, any headcanon would be perfectly fine. It's a good thing Salmon 3's not nearby. He's inside. Conversation. You need to do that in your script. You'd almost think that was her saying it, but it's not. Here's where I begin to debunk and retcon Mario's theory about this particular area of the 4th dimension. I got very annoyed and I thought that's not going to make sense in dimensional theory to this world. From MM's Adventures, which originally happened here. Usual, because it's not usual for her. The reason why I've retconned them to do more health than usual is because normal boos don't exactly kill you, they drain your health. So these boos would drain more than usual, which is fine as a retcon, instead of their bite, boom, you're dead. Entirely. Game over. It's completely overpowered and makes no sense if you're talking about the dimensional similarity theory. If everything is supposed to follow the dimensional similarity theory, then why aren't the boos the same? So, I retconned it. Mario, maybe you could think about this stuff when you try to make your own series as well. It's also overpowered! Thank you, Parcel, for helping the audience know that it's not exactly boding well for the dimensional similarity theory. Seriously, if every single one of them normal enemy can just kill you right that, and not just even like make you lose a life, make you game over, I'm sorry, that's extremely overpowered. But he doesn't know that because we only... T2H doesn't know that they're that they're not dangerous, so they're now coming towards him and he's scared. Actual gameplay footage sped up. They haven't met before now. Also, I designed the 4 hunters as CC in a similar way to I did my own 4th dimensional CC. This was a bit difficult. Everyone who had 4th dimensional counterpart color codes, I already had the idea to do things with, to put them in levels. But many of the YTR members' counterparts, their color codes hadn't even been created. So I asked them, what would you think of making your 4th dimensional color code like? So most of them asked me, I want to be surprised, can you make a color code? So then I would just warp the color code completely randomly in different ways. So T2H is somewhat of a lighter, stranger version of the original's color code. I verified this with every single one of them before I even started the series, so I had to go through a long set of Q&A of everybody just asking them, what do you think your CC would be like? And they would just answer with what they wanted. Most of them just wanted anything, so I just did what I could. I didn't do this without their consent, so I would do, oh, is this alright? And they're like, yeah, alright. Most of them were pretty meh to it, so 4th dimension lost interest. And some of these, because of the fact they had no color codes beforehand, were having their first meetings, so scripting these took a bit. He's going to fight the ghosts, meanwhile T2H will get the coins. This is actual gameplay footage sped up because I need to show that, in fact, T2H is being helped out here. I think that time was probably the code. Because of the fact I'd done it before, I need to be careful. The YTR Wonders got their own scenes as well with their counterparts. Ha 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 ha. You can tell which ones are made by me because they're a bit more creative. The last time Cool met his counterpart was when he was in his previous color code, so since they changed, the other one changed too, so I needed to change that one as well. Ah, dimensional theory. Doing the same thing as the guy before. Ha, dimensional similarity theory. This whole arc is going to be about that, so... Which one? Remember the joke? Ha 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 ha. It's supposed to be a jerky conversation. And luckily, the whole area isn't going to a warp mode when you do that. Thanks, Skillux. So yes, now we're going inside. Without us. So yes, if you're worried I'm getting too much script time, well, this whole next part's going to be about that. It's going to be about the lack of us. They're talking about the Zaids. I can make more natural transitions here too. See, they did go somewhere. Ha 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 ha. They didn't just vanish off the face of the earth. It's so much easier with Mario Movie Maker being able to be used in these scenes. I can actually move the characters' heads around where they're supposed to. These scenes look a lot more natural now. Obviously banter. You weren't paying attention, they were bantering before. Only so much quietness you can get in this place when there's about, I don't know, 16 or something people in this place. I think Emma commented on that once when he was in the group, but then that was like once and that was it. Both of them were very inactive. That's not a good combination. Let me show you where they are for like 2 seconds. They're sleeping in the music room. He's supposed to be dumb, so they're seeing him as that. I usually tend to think the water that they're swimming in is not exact, even though it's in the basement and it's supposed to be like sewage. It's sewage. It's like actual water, so yeah, them sitting in it is like in universe is totally fine because of the fact that the lack of detail. It helps them to note that it's actually not actually problematic, and in universe it's actually not problematic. They're not supposed to be sleeping. They're relaxing. They've just got the sleeping animations because that's the best pose I can put them in. They're not meant to be sleeping. If he was sleeping, why is he talking? Because he was in the white tiara at the time, and hey, he's in the group, so I thought I might do it anyway. And I got his color code off of Summer 3 because I had to make it for Blooper 44. So I kind of had no choice. He's not meant to be horrible, but I couldn't exactly find a good way to script him. And he didn't want to be involved in too much of the things. He did want to be involved in some of the good things, but like, this is kind of supposed to be scary in universe, so... The way Star Road is, it makes these look like ramps. They're not supposed to be ramps. Zaid and Remo's relationship, they had some kind of friend relationship around the time, so Zaid and the 4-8 and Memo doing the same thing makes sense. I have a small secret friendship thing going on with you. Rather my counterpart, but because dimensional knowledge, it's the exact same person, so it's the exact same thing. So now Zayd and Foray are going to be me and my counterpart. The energy pinpoints people at practically perfect time points. I love the other CD-ROM just going, somewhere down here. If you don't need to clarify any further, they'll find it. They're going that way, apparently. It said so in the script. Too many characters in this room, let me get them out. I thought, let's do the British people together. Also, we sang Let's Go. That's really bad coloring. I could have placed it in the brown sludge. That's supposed to be a joke. He backflips and then he, ends up in idiocy. I don't need to show 3 people entering a painting when you know they're going to anyway. This was also around the time I started ripping the rest of the Star Road soundtrack, so yeah, that's why I'm using it. Matt's in the room. I need him to make a comment instead of just making him make one line before he gets his chance. Also, notice the level linear. Yeah, that's kind of supposed to be the point. Haha, make a glitched joke. Bartman made a little thing to me. My original CC was supposed to be based on Sonic, so make my 4th dimensional one based on Shadow. So I did. Of the Sonic series, of course. Don't know if they care now though. And that's how he got trapped. Since Bryn never met his actual counterpart here, well, you know what happens. He's supposed to meet his counterpart here. Hurdy, hurdy, her. Thanks to Starman 3 just using him as a joke and ending up putting him in one scene and then never using him again, and he was supposed to meet his counterpart, but that didn't happen. I'm going to make you meet your counterpart, that's not gonna happen. That's why I did it. Family will be happy for me about this pit though. Most of the color code isn't exactly mine except for the gloves, because I wanted the general change to still happen. Even if one part of the color code changes, that other part must happen to the other person as well if they're the same person. So this pit is still is my bit. I don't know if they're grateful for that nowadays though. It was kind of a hassle back then. And I remembered all this because I would type it down in various documents that I probably still have somewhere. Let's reference Blooper 44 and Starman 3's hilarious mess up. Doing the same thing. Get it? Ha! I'm not funny. And I can only do that with Mario Movie Maker. It's one of those cartoon things where you say something good's gonna happen and then they end up failing. They can collect coins, but they can't collect the star. And the coin will add to their coin total. It was supposed to be a thing here. I was meant to make Hermie actually have invincibility frames here, but it was so hard for me to figure that out until I realized, oh wait, maybe I can make him have fall damage instead of him falling in the sand, because falling in the sand won't give you invincibility frames. Computers can't render them properly. I wanted more instances of the characters getting trapped while they were saving them, so yeah. Because of that was probably the code, because of the fact that they would have all been collecting it in the level anyway, it wouldn't have mattered. Some people who were accompanying the others, because of the fact that one person can only get the star, I tended to think that they were all the heroes of the area together. So, and since they're all getting script, I'm not necessarily trying to favoritize someone over someone else. Again, me not wanting to refilm because that scene looked too good. There's 6 of them. There's 6 stars in an area. Because there's 6 stars in the level. Hardy, 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 ha. I did the same thing with Luigi as I did with Mario. If you're unaware of what I did with Mario, I would read out his script lines in a Mario-like voice and would put the A's in where it deemed necessary. It's hard to have 2 script mockers in the same room. I needed to get them out of the scene. And it's a safe area, so they wouldn't have gotten invincibility. Like, they wouldn't have gotten trapped there. It's very hard to get Zayd to cling onto that edge, also. Matt's also feeling it, but not commenting on it. He's crouching. Zayd's supposed to be an idiot. joke. He knows it all, but it's supposed to be idiotic. He was feeling the energy too, so he decided to jump in. It was so hard to get that scene to actually work. Him, Foraid, and Zaid. I wanted to get all the characters out of the scene. Having a room with 6 or more characters in it is problematic when you want to give equal opportunity to everybody and have their personalities mesh well together. Let's bring out the harsh realities. Let me tell you how this is working. This shot took like 3 takes to film because of the fact that background elements would consistently get in the way. I had to actually destroy the spider beforehand. I got Farigi's code from Summon 3's cheat list, which I think this one was from Mario. There was some he didn't get from Mario because obviously he rushed it, haha, but I think in some cases he did get the codes from Mario. Some very rare people had codes of their own that they gave me that were their counterparts as CCs. If the song playing right now is one of the Mario Party DS songs, but it's played through VGM Trans because VGM Trans tends to put every channel on the same volume, so it gives some songs a very different feeling than that if you heard them normally. The song is definitely more chimey here. The same thing's happening here. It actually is a technical map of the area, but it's really weird. Of meeting the counterpart and doing the thing. So I thought I'm gonna comment on it with the characters that comment on things. Ha ha ha, counterparts, ah yeah yeah yeah. I'm not funny. Coming up with all this stuff on the spot was ridiculous, to be honest. I have to wonder what my audience even thought of this. And there's a reason I showed that scene, is because Luigi needed to get out, so then the other characters can have the scene to themselves. He's telling the memos. Again, that's a story contextual scene, that's why I showed it. Because they have script afterwards. See, if it's the last shot that's before the next scene, I'm not going to show it. But if it's a story contextualized Starklet, then they need to show it. They already knew beforehand, so, oh yeah, it's done, let's go out now. Yeah, I've literally just been sitting out there alone. So this episode was basically clearing out the basement, which is only 2 levels. Let's swap areas. And I can only do that kind of shot with Mario Maker. So, get ready for a lot of script of us on the top floor. Will was Stum in there, you can't really do all too much without me being there as well. So yeah, they're literally just sitting there listening now. See y'all, have a good day, peace, and when I next see you, we'll be commentating over part 13. So see you then.